For those of you living in Italy, next week there's going to be the European Students for Liberty Regional Conference in Milan. So that's going to be on Saturday, November 10th. I hope to see you there. I'll be joining as well, and hopefully we'll have a great conference. Today I want to talk to you about the European Parliament's resolution that was decided last week on banning fascist, neo-fascist and neo-Nazi groups. The European Parliament approved a resolution which calls for banning these parties by the member states. It was voted on 355 votes in favour, 90 against, 39 abstentions. It gives as examples for the cause of the resolution, for instance, the Anders Behring Breivik attack in Norway where 77 people died, the murder of UK MP Joe Cox in 2016, or the recent attack by fascist squads in Italy against MEP Eleonora Forenza. It says basically that fascist, neo-fascist and neo-Nazi groups have been sort of getting away from being banned and for coming under scrutiny for what they do. It also says that so basically all organizations that glorify fascism need to be outlawed. It says that there needs to be no collusion with neo-fascists, and it also wants to end racism in sports. And effectively, the European Parliament can't really do anything about this. It can only call on the member states to ban them. So this is a competence which is completely with the member states. And when you actually look at, take for instance the example of Germany. So in Germany, for a long time, you had a party called DVU, and the DVU was a far right party. You could easily qualify it as National Socialist. And the DVU was performing very well in some federal state elections, which is the reason that Germany constantly had this debate on whether or not it should be outlawed completely. Because, as you may know, Germany has a constitutional control agency, part of the Constitutional Court, which looks basically is if organizations are against the fundamental values of the German constitution. And the debate went on for a long time until eventually in 2010 this party merged with another Nazi party which is still existing today called the NPD. But effectively, when you read the newspaper articles from back then, it was generally analyzed that nothing much was going to happen because none of these parties have a lot of members. And when you actually look at the NPD's election results, since that merger, nothing really happened either. They actually performed worse, and in the last federal election in Germany in 2017, the NPD only got 0.4%. What happens is that often these parties, they get into government and then they end up being very corrupt. They don't perform very well. They disappoint their own voters, and they expose themselves with their ridiculous nature. The resolution, of course, has a great goal. Nobody should be a fascist. I don't think that should be endorsed in any way. But I also believe that we should be absolutist about free speech. Free speech doesn't mean that we can only talk about the weather. Free speech means that we can say very controversial things, including things that are very hateful. That is the essence of free speech. If we allow the government to get so much power that it can outlaw groups merely for what they say, then we need to watch out, because the day that those who we consider fascists get into power, they will have all the tools and the rights to do so, to also ban other parties that they don't like. Also, I'm not quite sure what the effect is supposed to be. I mean, just because you ban people from saying something is not going to stop them. Actually, it might embolden them, because they can say, "Oh, look! I mean, for years we've said that they want to get rid of us because we're so right, and see now they even want to ban us." So they're going to do it underground. They're going to find other ways. I don't think this is a very effective way. I think we should have discussions. I think we should invite the people on in debates and then debunk their arguments one by one. I think civilized debate is the best way of getting out of this. I don't want to fall into whataboutism. However, I'd say that if you look at socialism or communism, which killed 100 million people in the 20th century, then you're going to inevitably have the same debate on the left-wing side. So should we ban all communist parties too? because some of them are actually Stalinist or Leninist parties, and they would actually support a Soviet-style system or Venezuela-type system where people starve to death. And you're going to have never-ending debates eventually on who needs to be banned and who shouldn't. And I think we should solve the issue by endorsing free speech and having open and fair debate. And what we see is that the countries that actually practice this are less likely to turn usurpacious. So that will be my opinion on this. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below what you think. And also going to be put a link down below on the European Parliament's press statement on the resolution. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.